Do that.
Oh yeah. Well, forward thinking.
What is that? You can't do that.
I know, I'm not supposed to bet, so I'm not betting. I'm just advancing my bracket.
Done already. All right. Okay. So what do you think?
We're excited to be playing. We know nothing about Drexel, obviously, so we'll be doing a lot of scrounging around for Drexel information this evening, and it's kind of a rematch in that potential second game if you're able to advance with Vanderbilt, obviously SEC champion, so a tremendously talented team. Risper and Christina Worth Christina Worth is a probable All-American, and Risper as well, so it's a great team, and they play like us in one of the most athletic conferences in the country. And they have a player in Risper that is sort of a post version of a Shaylee Lenny. Leads their team in rebounds, was the SEC Defensive Player of the Year, and she's a 5'9" post player in the SEC. So she's an absolutely phenomenal talent. Christina Worth would remind our fans and people of on Ashley Sweat. She relies a great deal more on her three, but is very similar in style of play to Ashley Sweat, a phenomenal inside-outside player that actually we recruited many years ago out of Arizona.
What's the first thought that pops in your head when Drexel comes up on the screen?
That we've got to find out about him. We have a pretty extensive film library, but we're going to have to really scrounge around to get some films on Drexel because we didn't have anything early on them.
How about this point in the season, how well you're playing now? Could you have asked for a better ending so far?
Yeah, I think we've competed well in that. I think we got better late in February and early March as we transitioned Shaylee back into the mold. I think we saw unbelievable reemergence of Marlise Gibson, getting great production from Gibson, Lenning, and Sweat. And to me, really the key to us right now is that we are continuing to get better. And I do think that our game is not really at a flatline level and isn't on a level where we're coming down. So as we leave the Big 12 tournament, I think the one element that continues to be important to us is our perimeter shooting and the significance and importance of dropping down open threes is really, I think, the final piece of the puzzle for us.
A little better than having to travel to Connecticut like last year, right?
Well, Albuquerque, everyone will be going down to altitude, which is weird to go down there, but you're at altitude down there. And we see that at Colorado and made a great run at Colorado this year, obviously. So it's NCAA tournament time, and I'm excited to go anywhere. But certainly, I saw a little bit of the East last year, so I'm glad to be somewhere else.
Having Colorado in your conference, does that give you an advantage maybe over Vanderbilt who doesn't play and they're in the SEC?
Well, I don't think it really will be a factor. I think we'll all be sort of on the same keel, and the fact that you're playing such a such a big game in the first round, you got to take care of business there, and you have to win that one to have the opportunity to play Vanderbilt. But they're just a really great basketball team. But I think as you look through the bracket, that's what you see out of almost every single 4 or 5 matchup at that spot. Those are very, very tough games, and not a lot separates the two teams. And I think it's a great tribute, honestly, to our basketball team that we were paired against an SEC champion.
You have to going back to the tournament healthy though this time.
Oh,
you
yeah.
Lose anyone in the Big 12 this year.
Yeah, I can't believe that we haven't lost a significant player headed into the tournament. So it's a great feeling, and like I said, I think we do have that sense of we're playing well and we know who we are, and we have had some tournament experience over the course of the last few years, and so we're not bringing players to the equation like a year ago. We had never competed in an NCAA, and so this core group. So everything was new, and it'll be interesting to see how we handle just the second time around experience in the NCAA tournament.
I mean, You've been around this group. You know the group's capabilities and everything. What's the ceiling for this term? I mean, you look at the brackets. You looked at it and seen and kind of projecting everything. How
Yeah.
far realistic can it go? Because I mean, I think that you deal in the real here and everything. I mean, are we talking? Can this team make a Final Four run? The Sweet 16 type of team? What? I mean, without being, without doing a disservice to everybody.
I think if we play our very best basketball, there's no question in my mind we're a team that can compete with anyone that advances to a Sweet 16. I don't feel that we're below the level of anyone that would advance. Now, will we and who will?
Right.
But in my mind, as I look at the brackets, I say, well, we're in good company. We are a team that, has that potential. I don't think we're out of our league at all there. And I think once you get to that game, you look and evaluate, and I would say the same thing, that having played top 10 caliber teams in our league all season long, you don't back down to that thought that you're in the same kind of company at the Elite 8 level as many of the teams you competed against in the Big 12. The difference is matchups, familiarity, how well do you play that night.